All right, everybody, we are live tonight, Sunday, April 14th. It is a little after 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're getting going. We're going to try Sunday nights for a while. I know it worked the one week for us, and so we wanted to get going with that. Tonight, we are going to be discussing or going over, can you name that baseball player using 2024 baseball cards, and more specifically, Topps Heritage baseball cards. So we'll be showing Topps Heritage baseball cards, covering up the name, asking you if you can name that player. Now, the one thing to remember about this is they should all be current players. Now, maybe a few of them are starting out in the minor leagues, but they played some sort of major league game last season. These are going to be a little bit tougher than the guess the player from earlier. Not as many sort of household faces, if you will. So we will be going from there. Now, our first player that you can guess, I will be showing in 1 second as soon as I change the camera. All right. Does anyone have a guess who this first player is? And I'll give you some time. I'll even jump back to it because I forgot to remind everybody that tomorrow, we are going to go over the best nicknames, or I'm sorry, on Tuesday. We're going to go Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, starting this week. That may change up, but this week, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. But on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the best nicknames in all of sports. And so I'll be naming some. If you're listening, I want you to bring up some that you know or you remember, so we can go from there. All right. So let's get back to that first card and see if anyone on the line, just put who you think it is in the chat. And let me switch over cameras. And can you name that player? All right. I'll leave the player up for just a little bit as some folks are still joining us. It's still early in the broadcast. We're under 3 minutes here, and I know that people never arrive on time. So, okay, let's see what we have here. Does anybody out there know the name of this baseball player? And I'll stop moving my feet so the card stays in place. All right. All right, I'll give it about 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. That player is DJ LeMahieu of the New York Yankees. All right, next player. I'm going to be putting the card back here so I can get this so no one can cheat. All right, and as I said earlier, we will be going live again on Tuesday, and we will be talking about the best nicknames in all of sports. So basically the four main sports. There might be some in golf, there might be, maybe we pull one out from NASCAR or something, but it'll be hockey, basketball, football, and baseball. And it is truly amazing because from what little research I've done so far, there are just a ton of nicknames in the NBA. I guess I hadn't really thought of that until now. So, okay. I have the next player up. Are there any ideas on who this player might be? Okay. I'll count to 5 again. I'll give it a little bit more time. Actually, let me just go over, put the camera on myself for a while. And when we talk about tomorrow night's broadcast, some of the names that you might be thinking of that may come up, I probably won't use if I name it here, So, but some of the names will be like Sir Charles. Now, I'm not sure that everyone knows that name. I would know that name, Sir Charles. That is, anybody have a guess? That is Charles Barkley, went by Sir Charles. Sort of on the other side right now, we're talking about the stream that will be on Tuesday with famous nicknames in all of sports. One of the names that might be thrown out is King James. And I'm assuming anyone that follows sports in the last, I don't know, 10 years probably knows that, especially from the shoe that he has. But that would be LeBron James, as far as that goes. Another name, now this is more of a baseball name, it's a little bit older. Not expecting everyone to know this nickname, but one of the nicknames I might throw out on Tuesday night would be Teddy Ballgame. Does anybody know who Teddy Ballgame is, what his real name is? Um, okay, no one's saying anything there. It would be Ted Williams. I know that's a little bit older. One of the great nicknames. It's a longer one. Again, it's in basketball, like so many of these that I researched early are. It would be the human highlight reel. Anybody have an idea who the human highlight reel is? All right. The human highlight reel spent, I believe, maybe his entire career or the majority of his entire career with the Atlanta Hawks. It's none other than Dominique Wilkins. And he got that name obviously because of just how fantastic he was with his dunks and his play on the court. And he really was, after one of his games, it would be like a highlight. You could just watch every basket that he made and it would be amazing. So let's get back to naming the players. Let me change the camera over here. And does anybody have a guess who this player might be? And I'll just give you about 5 seconds here. I know we don't have a lot of people on the line, but does anybody have an idea? He's obviously a pitcher. He's currently with Texas. These are all 2024 cards. I'll give you a hint. He's been with the Nationals. He's been with the Mets. He has two eyes, but the colors don't match in either eye. So he has different colored eyes in each eye. I'll give you about 5 seconds on this one, and then I'll reveal. 2-1. It is none other than Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer. That is his card from 2024 Topps Heritage. Let me pull him out and get the next player. Some of these are going to be a little bit tougher. I'll try to go with someone who might be a little bit more of a household face right now. Did I just give it away? Does anybody have an idea on who? Sorry. On who this player is? We're guessing who the players are that I'm showing. Does anybody out there? I know we have a few more people on the line, thankfully. So just put in the chat who you think this is, and we'll figure out whether or not you're right. Now this is a 2024 card. He still plays for the Dodgers. He was obviously an all-star last year. He is a pretty good household name. I think 2 or 3 years ago, he might have even had more of a household name, but he is an outfielder and he's with the Dodgers. Okay. I'll give you about 5 seconds on this one as well. All right. 2 and 1. And it's Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts, the outfielder, obviously for the Dodgers. That's Mookie Betts. Okay. So let's go to the next player. This one's going to be a little bit tougher. I can't promise that they're all going to be easy, like Mookie Betts, or easier. This is a player, obviously, for the Cardinals. He's an outfielder. He was recently injured. He's back in the lineup, I believe. I say that because I live in St. Louis, so I follow them just a little bit more. He actually played as a hit on the Japanese World Baseball team. Does anybody know who this is? Just if you know who it is, please post a comment in the chat. Again, the hint is he played on the Japan's World Baseball team last year. So he got to know, I think he sort of became friends with Shohei Ohtani. He's back off the injured list. He is with the Cardinals. These are 2024 Topps Heritage cards. So I know it's like a free advertisement for them. They're nice cards. They're supposed to look like the 1975 Topps cards, but so can anybody name right now who this player is? I know it's a little bit difficult. I'll give you 5 seconds. So All right. 2-1, and it's Lars Nootbaar. Lars Nootbaar for the Cardinals. Okay. Next player. I'll try to pick one up that I think a lot of you will know, or that might be easier. Now, this guy, I would say that a lot of people might know just from his hair because it's kind of sets him apart. He's a shortstop with the Pirates. This is, hey, hi, footballer Nick. Glad to have you aboard. Do you possibly know by your name though, footballer? It sounds like you're probably into football, but we're trying to guess the name of the baseball player. This is a Pirate shortstop. Does anybody out there know who this Pirate shortstop? What his name is? Does anybody know? I'm trying to make it a little bit fun tonight. Some guesses. Pirate shortstop with long hair. Do we know who this is? I'll give you guys about 5 seconds and then I'll reveal who it is. So I'm trying to not make this as difficult as it can be. So, all right. And we have 3, 2, 1. It is none other than Oneil Cruz. Oneil Cruz with the Pirates. All right. Next player. Let's go right here. We're going to have some fun now. All right. Let me get somebody who might be a little bit easier for you guys. Okay. Remember, Oneil Cruz. All right. You got it. Footballer. All right. Next player right here. We lost a few people because I took too long. But next player. Do we know? Let me get him a little bit more centered. Do we know who he is? He played for the Cubs for a very long time. He is a first baseman. He's now with the Yankees. He was moved a couple of years ago by the Cubs. I believe he's still playing first base. Maybe he DHs a little bit. Does anybody have an idea on this player? Yankees first baseman who played with the Cubs and won the World Series with the Cubs. All right. Eric Jeter. Okay. Well, Eric Jeter, I'm assuming you mean Derek Jeter, but he's retired and he played shortstop. But if you're thinking Eric Jeter was like a brother, it's not him. But does anybody know if you're new on the line right now, we're trying to guess who this player is. The hint is he played for the Cubs, won a World Series with them. He's a first baseman currently with the Yankees. I think he might DH a little bit. I could be wrong about that, but I assume every first baseman DHs a little bit at points in the. All right, you have Derek. It is. Well, I guess you're saying your guess was Derek Jeter, footballer Nick. I'll give you guys about 5 seconds here. All right. Does anybody know? A bunch of people joined. Does anybody know who this player is? He was a Cub. He won a World Series with the Cubs. He is. I'll give you about 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. It is Anthony Rizzo. Anthony Rizzo is the player we were looking for. All right, let's go to the next player, see if we can get anybody else here. Now, some of these, I don't have as many people who are probably as household names as Anthony Rizzo and things, but let's see who we got next. Okay, we have a outfielder with the Mets. Let me just move it over a little bit. Outfielder with the Mets. Does anybody know who he is? Just put his name in the chat if you know who he is. He's an outfielder with the Mets. These are 2024 Topps Heritage cards. They look like the 1975 Topps set. Does anybody have an idea who this might be? I can, I think that he's pretty much played with the Mets the whole time. He's known for playing for the Mets. I'm not giving you great hints. I apologize for that. But he is a household name, at least for playing for the Mets. So, it's not a stretch. Does anybody know? If you know what his name is, please put it in the chat. Otherwise, in about 5 seconds, I'll reveal it here. We're just trying to name in the chat who the player is that I'm showing up on the screen. So I'll count down 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. What happened there? And 1. We have Sterling Marte. Sterling Marte, outfielder for the Mets. I'm sorry about what happened with the camera there. I have no idea what happened. Maybe I stepped on something. Okay, we're going to go to someone who's might be a little tougher. Although when I say that, I bet you somebody gets it right. But sure, it says shortstop for the Padres, but we know that they have a shortstop for the Padres. So I guess he's played shortstop. He's not the one that you're thinking. It's not Guerrero Jr. I'm sorry, no, Tatis Jr. It's another shortstop for the Padres. These are 2024 Topps Heritage cards. So we're going to need to guess on this one who that player is with the Padres. And I know that this one's probably a little bit tougher. If you think, oh, right, footballer Nick, you got it. Xavier Bogaerts. All right, good job. Great job. Way to go, footballer Nick. All right. Now we have someone who won the World Series and was an All-Star last year. He played obviously for the Rangers. Again, these are all new cards. Does anybody have an idea? He was a second baseman with the Rangers. And that is his card from 2024 Topps Heritage. Can you name that player? If you know the player, put it in the chat and we'll see whether or not you get it right. There's no prizes to give out. Nobody's grading this. Nobody's winning any money. So it's just for fun. But if you think you know it, put the name in the chat and we'll see whether or not you're right. All right, let's give it about 3 seconds. I don't like to have really long countdowns here. So we'll go 3 and 2 and 1. It is Marcus Semien. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Semien, maybe Semien. All right. Marcus Semien or Semien. All right. Next player. We have another all-star. I'm trying to use all-stars so you guys, or you folks, or you men and ladies, might have a better chance of getting it. This is a catcher with the Atlanta Braves. He was an all-star last year. This is his 20. All right, Midwest Edits. You got Semien. You got that. But we are on to this player who is a catcher for the Braves and was a National League All-Star last year. He obviously played for the Braves. What is the name of the person pictured in the baseball card on your screen? Who is that on the card? I know these are a little bit tougher, so I apologize in advance for that. I'll try to go a little bit easier. Okay, let's go in like 3, 2, 1. Travis d'Arnaud. Hi, I'm here. Jenny Hernandez, great that you're here. Midwest Edits, I'm glad that you're here. But this catcher is Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy of the Braves. All right, next player. We have another Met. I must have a lot of Mets. All right, another Met. This is a shortstop with the Mets. Footballer Nick, you said Travis. Jenny Hernandez. Hi, I am new here. Jenny, we are trying to name the player whose baseball card I'm showing on screen. So who is that player? Do you know who they are? If you think you know who it is, put it in the chat. And again, this is just for fun. We're not exchanging money. There's no prizes. We're just seeing what types of players or what players you guys might know. This is the player up here, though, is a shortstop currently with the Mets. Does anybody, that is, oh, Midwest Edits, you got that one right. Francisco Lindor. Yes, great job, Midwest Edits. Way to go. Francisco Lindor. All right, good job. All right. Now this player is actually very loved. He's a first baseman with the Baltimore Orioles. He's loved in Baltimore because I went to a game last year and everybody had his jersey. Now, if you can pick up his autograph in some of these cards, maybe you can figure out who it is. But he's the first baseman with the Orioles. Anybody have a clue? And you're really not supposed to like Google this or anything and look it up on MLB.com or anything like that. But if you have an idea, take a guess. Like I said, we're not exchanging money. There's no prizes. It's just for fun. And while you're at it, if you're enjoying this, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'd love it. On Tuesday night, we're going to do the best nicknames in all of sports. We're going to be going through them, and you can throw out nicknames. Yes, Midwest Edits, you must be a baseball fan or really good at Googling. That is Ryan Mountcastle. You are 100% correct. Good job. All right, let's go. Okay, a little lesser known person, but with the Diamondbacks, although, you know, you might know because of everything, was an all-star last year. So got some information. All right. Now, as I was saying, tomorrow night we are going to go through, or not tomorrow night. I keep saying tomorrow night. On Tuesday night, we're going to be going through Corbin Carroll's Footballer Nick. You got that. Good job. Corbin Carroll. All right. Let's see who else we got here. Oh, this guy. All right. This guy, I think in the first week of the season, didn't he get into a fight? He's a first baseman with the Phillies. I think the first. Yeah, Corbin Carroll. Yeah, Corbin Carroll. Midwest Edits. Yes. You got that right. Footballer Nick, you got that right. You guys both got those right. So good job. Okay. Now, can you name this guy? The hint is, I believe the first season or the first week of the season, he got into a fight or a pushing match, something like that. I almost don't remember because there's been so many bench clearing stuff. But he was at second base. He got into a like a pushing match at second base. I think he was the one sliding into second. He's a first baseman with the Phillies, and he has what I would consider a pretty interesting first name. Any ideas on who this might be? First baseman for the Phillies. And he was, and you can, I mean, if you can figure out what his autograph is, it'll help you out. It is not Kyle Schwarber, but that's a very good guess. It's a very good guess. Not Kyle Schwarber. Anybody else have another guess? Anyway, on Tuesday night, we're going to be talking about the best nicknames in all of sports. It'll start 8:00 p.m. Eastern, 5:00 Pacific, and that'll be on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, I'm not really sure, but if you like this broadcast, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I need a lot of likes. But okay, I will give it away. 3, 2, 1. It is Rhys Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins. Nick Castellano. Yes, Footballer Nick. Good guess, but it was Rhys Hoskins. Okay, let me see who might. Okay, this guy, I think last night he hit a home run, but not that that matters that much. He's an outfielder for the Astros, a pretty good player, puts up pretty good numbers. Anybody have an idea who this might be? And actually, I think Footballer Nick might be the only one on the chat right now. I forgot. Okay. I think Footballer Nick might be the only one on the chat that was here early with us. So I might go back to some of those earlier cards, Footballer Nick. So you'll be like a genius on these. Only because they're just a little bit easier. And some of these, as I get down, they're a lot harder. All right. Well, let's go through this one. He's an outfielder for the Astros. He hit a home run. Oh, Midwest Edits, you got it. I don't know if you're a baseball fan or good at Googling, but you got it right. It is Kyle Tucker. Okay, we're going to go with the folks we had to begin with because I just think they're a little bit easier. I think the players I have left from the packs that I bought are kind of difficult. Does anybody know this guy? Oh, Midwest Edits, you play baseball a lot. Well, then you probably, if you play baseball, you probably follow a lot of baseball. So you probably see these guys a lot. So that's fantastic. I used to play a lot of baseball growing up. All right. That is not Anthony Rizzo. This guy is a third baseman with the Yankees. He has two initials as his like first name, kind of. Or his first name is like two initials, or then what they call him before his last name are two initials. I guess it would be, that's his nickname actually. His nickname is it's not Jeter. I think you guessed Jeter last time, Footballer Nick. It is definitely not Derek Jeter. But that, hey, it's worth a shot. So, all right. Not a lot of people know this guy, I guess. It's DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu. All right. Now, this next guy, I don't know, maybe Footballer Nick was on at this time. This guy, wait, what happened? Oh, for some reason, my camera's a little bit slow. I apologize. All right, this guy has two eyes that don't match. And he played with the Nationals, and he played with the Mets. And I'm trying to think who else he played for. He played for, I think he came up with Arizona, I want to say. He is one heck of a strikeout kind of pitcher. Yes, Midwest Edits, you got it right. It is Max Scherzer. Great job. Great job. Let me put that up there. All right. Next player, I think a lot of you on the line now will be able to get. Let's see. Who is this guy? Very famous Dodger outfielder. Any ideas? I know you're going to know. I know you guys probably know him. He's been well talked about. Again, yes, you're right. Footballer Nick, you got it. All right. Mookie Betts. Good job, Midwest Edits. Good job, Footballer Nick. You might have been around for this one, but that's good. Still, I'll take it. All right. Now, this guy, this might be a little tougher one. I live in St. Louis, so for me, this one isn't so tough. But anyway, this guy plays outfield for the Cardinals. He was injured earlier, and he played on Japan's World Baseball team last year before the season. Does anybody have an idea on who this is? Lars Nootbaar. All right. Footballer Nick, you're going crazy. Great job. Good job. It is. All right. Midwest, you got that? Footballer Nick. All right. This next guy, do we have an idea? Pirates shortstop with long hair. Yeah, he just came back. Yes. Lars Nootbaar just came back. All right. Anybody have an idea on the shortstop for the Pirates with the long hair? O'Neill Cruz. Good job, Midwest. You got it. Yep, that's him. Can't miss that hair. Did I just do this guy? Or is it just from earlier? Now, some of these guys, oh, sorry. My camera is lagging behind all of a sudden. All right. Anybody know this guy? He was with the Cubs for a long time. He won a World Series with the Cubs. He plays first base for the Yankees. And I think sometimes he might DH. You got it right, Footballer Nick. Good job. Anthony Rizzo. Anybody else? Midwest, you got it? Rizzo, same, close enough, Midwest. Close enough. All right. Let's see. Let's change it up a little bit. All right. Most people saw that one. Okay, we'll try this guy. I don't think everybody saw this guy from earlier. All right, this guy's an outfielder for the Mets. I think he's pretty much played for the Mets, like most of his career. I can't, he might have played for someone, but I always associate him with the Mets. Like I said, these are 2024 Topps Heritage cards, so they are pretty up to date. I want to say he might have been an infielder at some point. I kind of remember him as an infielder, but I guess he plays outfield now, or he always did. Any guesses on him? Number 6 for the Mets. That's the dead giveaway if anybody's Googling this. So it would be, and I'll give you about 5 seconds on this one because you guys have been pretty good up till now on guessing these guys. But this is 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. This one is Sterling Marte. All right. Well, that's kind of the show for tonight. I know I should be going a lot longer. Let me just change the camera around real quick so I can kind of give you my talk about tomorrow night. But tomorrow night, we are, again, as I said earlier, we're going to be talking about the top nickname, or not tomorrow night. I keep saying tomorrow night. I'm sorry. Tuesday night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. We're going to be talking about the best nicknames in all of sports. And I did a little bit of research, and a lot of the people I looked at, or from various lists that I saw, were basketball players, but it was like, who is Sir Charles? And that's Charles Barkley. Or who is the human highlight reel? And that would be Dominique Wilkins. I'll try to get things, that are a little bit more current as well, because some of these players are a little bit older. King James, that's kind of an easy one. And then Charlie Hustle's Pete Rose. But if you haven't, please hit subscribe, and I will see everyone on Tuesday night. Thank you all very much. Take care.